Hey, welcome to another special episode of the Real Deal Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. It is almost Thanksgiving. We are 2 days away, so this is a Thanksgiving special. And I got one of my favorite people coming up back on the show. She was on here 2 months ago. We were just talking before we started recording. She was on here 2 months ago. Felt like it was just yesterday that we was chopping it up. So I'm glad to have her back on. So I'll bring her in about a minute. So hit my music. Let's get it. All right. Once again, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal Podcast, special edition, Thanksgiving Eve, as we like to say. But happy Tuesday, November 25th. Like I said, glad and very excited to have my next guest. As I tell her, she's a good friend, one of my favorite people to always talk sports, life. We're going to talk some Thanksgiving traditions and food, our favorite food. We're going to get into all of that once I bring her on. And we got a big game coming up on Black Friday. She's a Bears fan. I'm an Eagles fan. So going to be a little bit of a rivalry happening, but both teams are sitting real well. Bears are definitely sitting good at 8-3. Eagles fall to 8-3. So like I said, we'll get into that. But before we get into all that, you can follow the show on all the podcast platforms, whether it is we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, BS3 Network, Roku channel, BS3TVLive.com, all the podcast platforms, iHeartRadio. So wherever you consume podcasts, you can download those all the previous episodes there, and you can follow me on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. So follow the show at Get the Real Deal or Courtney Harden on all those platforms as well. But let me bring in my guest. She does a little bit of everything: hosting, podcasting, she does interviews. And so she's a big Chicago fan, Chicago Bears especially as well. And you might have seen her on a lot of different other platforms as well. So let me bring in Jenna Duddleston back to the show. What's up, Jenna? How you doing?
Thank you for having me back on. Love being here.
Yes. I love having you on as well. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that we get to do this again. And your idea from the last episode, we're going to talk a little Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And you said Bears and Eagles are battling on Black Friday. So again, thank you for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Honestly, I think when you and I first talked, I can say with my full chest, I did not expect us to be where we are. Like, yeah. I feel like I'm living in a fever dream and I don't want to wake up.
Yes.
I don't know how, and I was saying to you guys too, like, it's so funny, like, because we're both 8-3, right? No, you're 7-3.
No, we're 8-3. We're 8-3 also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about two different points of view of being 8-3. Yeah. Chicago right now, fireworks, rainbows, angels have descended upon the city of Chicago. No one has been happier in their entire life. Strangers are hugging on the street because we're 8-3. Philadelphia right now is the saddest, most depressing 8-3 team I have ever seen. You would never know you guys have a winning record. You would never know. Yep. It's crazy.
Yep, it is. As you said, two sides of the spectrum. Even when we were 8-2 and 7-2, it's just been a very odd 8-3 team.
Yeah.
And you're right. And then the Bears on the other side, as you said, it's like it's been a long time that you've had to cheer for a really, really, really solid and good team. And now they're 8-3 on a win streak and looking really good. So it's sad in Philly and happy in rainbows in Chicago.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too is like right now I feel like the league for the last few years, like this feels like a reset. Like for the last few years, you always knew who the top kind of dogs and the top teams were going to be. Yeah. And right now those top dogs and top teams are looking really like disheveled. And I think because of that, we're seeing a lot of different people step up. And because no one is the like clear front winner, in my opinion, this year, we're seeing a lot of teams like win ugly. And at the end of the day, like, it doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be a win, and you need to find ways to win. And
Yeah.
I think at least with the Bears right now, like, not only are we seeing them win teams really ugly, we're also the ongoing joke is that we've nicknamed that the Bears' new name is the Cardiac Bears, because they're making us go into cardiac arrest. Um,
Yes.
and but there's also excitement in that, and like it
Yeah.
coming down to the final drive and like the last minute of the game, and Caleb being able to figure it out in the fourth quarter, at least for us. But like, I think that's another like add on to why it's been so exciting in Chicago. Like you said, like it has been an ugly road. It has been an ugly road to get here. It has been a rough road to get here. Every time we
Yeah.
think we've gotten it figured out, we haven't gotten it figured out. And again, like and I said this to you last time, like, I'm very skeptical of even like saying the words and speaking them into existence. But
Mm-hmm.
it really does feel like, again, the ship is moving towards where we want it to move towards. But I still can't even say the words that I want to actually say, because I'm like, we still have, like, how like, there's still a lot more games left, and a
Yeah.
lot of things can happen, and a lot of things can change. Like, I just go back to the fact that like the Chiefs right now are like the worst in their division, like one of the worst. Like, how are the Chiefs so
Yeah.
bad? Like,
Right.
how
Right.
did we get here? Like, I have no idea. Like, we reset the clock. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
You enjoy it. You said you deserve it and enjoy it as a fan,
Mhm.
as a Bears fan. And you talk about the Chiefs being they're 6-5, they're 10th right now, so they would be out of the playoffs race at 6-5 if the playoffs started today.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you're right. There's not a clear cut favorite. I don't think
Mm-mm.
in any of the conferences, like
No.
the top teams in the AFC is the Patriots at 10-2. And you got Denver 9-2. They both look really solid. And then you got the
Yeah, they
Colts,
do.
who now are starting to think, oh, okay, is it starting to, Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
is it slipping a little bit after that hot start?
Hmm.
Still 8-3. Baltimore, they're a team that can be very dangerous when it comes to a lot of different, the way they're playing, coming back, Lamar coming off the injury,
Yeah.
and he hasn't had his best games either yet, and he's banged up a little bit. So,
Well,
um,
and when you think about with Baltimore, like they're the only team that has any playoff experience in that
yes,
entire bunch. So they
hmm
know what it takes. So even though
right,
right
that's a
now,
good
like
point.
they're not looking the best, when it comes time to like knowing when to turn the switch on and stepping up, like that's where I think they'll have the advantage over all the other teams. Cause again, all those teams look great, but there's so much youth, and there's like
Yes,
in
yeah,
that. So again, anything's possible.
yeah.
But we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, yeah, right. And there's what 6 weeks left, I believe, and
Yeah.
so yeah, this can change. That can change, and then you talk about the NFC. You got the Rams at the top at 9-2. You got the Eagles
Hmm.
and Bears at 8-3, and then it's everybody else: Tampa Bay, Seattle's 8-3, Green Bay 7-3-1, and then the 49ers round that the top seven. But you still got Detroit, Carolina still in Dallas
Hmm.
5-5-1.
Yeah.
There's still a long way, but as you said, it's still a lot of football left, still a lot of weeks left. And with the way the Eagles collapsed a couple of years ago in 2023, they were sitting there again at I think it was 8-3 or something like that, 7-2, and then they just lost 6 of their last 7. And
Yeah.
it's like, wow, okay, what's happening? So, but it's definitely feels very gloomy here in Philadelphia for an 8-3 team and the defending Super Bowl champions. But and again, you brought up a good point about winning ugly. That's what the Eagles have been doing. They've been winning
Hmm.
ugly, and that's at the name of it. At the end of the day, it's talk about winning. Hasn't looked
Yeah.
pretty. Hasn't looked pretty at all. But
No.
you know, I'm hoping that is like Jalen Hurts said, which I'm gonna stick with my QB1 always. I
Hmm.
love Jalen Hurts, and he said that I hope this is a wake up call. I hope we want to play now. This makes our team want to play with a chip on our shoulders, and we're giving everybody's best shot. We're the Super Bowl champions, so it should be this way. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. Let's see what they're made of now these next 6 weeks.
Yeah. I said to you earlier before we jumped on, but I want to say it for all of your listeners. I had a really great coach in college by the name of Terry Colhan,
Mm.
and love Terry. Great man, great man. And he used to have this saying, because when I was there, we were like a really good team. So we rarely lost. But I remember the one game we lost, he said, winning hides a lot of ugly. Losing
Yes.
brings it all to the surface. And
Mhm.
so much as it like no one wants to lose, right? But when you win, you kind of do that like, okay, yeah, we know that that was a problem, but we won, so it's fine. Or like, we know we got to figure that out, but like we still got the dub, you know?
Yep.
Whereas when you lose, it is just in bold letter, highlighted, like marquee sign, like up there. You can't ignore it. And so, kind of, to your QB1, like, I hope it's a wake up call for you guys. Obviously, like not this Friday, maybe the following week. Um,
Sure.
but because I've always loved watching the Eagles play. Like I feel like Philly and Chicago have this like really cool like brotherly relationship in a weird way. I think
Mhm.
we're similar-ish, very different but similar.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I again, you have to find a way to figure it out. And, I hope those guys can figure it out. And I really hope selfishly that Saquon Barkley can figure it out because my God, he has been the worst first round fantasy pick for me because my league is a touchdown league only. And that
Mm,
man has been trash.
yes.
Absolutely. And I know he's not, but like I keep telling my dad, I'm like, Dad, I need to drop him. He's like, Jenna, you are not allowed to drop safe. I'm like, I understand, but you understand he's doing nothing for me, Father. Nothing. The man's
Yeah.
doing nothing for me.
Yes,
But
he isn't.
I know. But no, like, okay, I have a question for you about the like
Yes.
being there watching it because
Mhm.
I'm so curious to get your insight on this.
Okay.
What has been this big what feels like the Eeyore cloud over the head with this team? Like, why do you think they are doing this weird, not great dance right now?
That's a good question. Let us see. There's a few things I think that's hasn't unlocked. I don't know if there's you had the reports of Jalen Hurts. I know you probably seen it. The reports of him. Some of the offensive players are not happy with how his play is, and he's hesitant and things like that. There's that, and so there's that report. I don't I don't know if all that's true or
Mhm.
anything like that, but there could be some things there. He just goes about his business and tries to win. He's all about trying to win. I think also there's some coaching issues. I believe that with the offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. I think they're running they run such a basic with all that talent. You talk about Saquon, you talk about
Yeah.
AJ Brown, you talk about Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard. There's things there where I don't know, offensive coordinator wise, play calling has been bad. It's been really bad. And
Mhm.
with all that talent, I think there's a disconnect with the players and how he wants to and Nick Sirianni, how they want to play. He said they
Mm.
win in ugly, and you're right, winning does have that. It hides a lot of warts, and I think there's
It
some
hides a
warts
lot.
there. It shouldn't, and with that talent, there shouldn't be that much of a problem of way, but they run a lot of basic things, and then you can
Mm.
see it, and some of the experts are saying that and everything too. So, and I'm seeing it too. There's a lot of things that they could definitely improve on that. I think injuries have played a part of it too. I think that's a
Yeah.
big part. The offensive line's not as dominant as it's been. Shuffle the
Yeah.
offensive line, and that's where I think the issue with Saquon. I think that's a big part of him not being able to. And you're thinking like, oh, it's gonna be the game. It's gonna be the day. It's gonna be the day, and he's just not. It's not producing, and I kind of had a feeling he wasn't going to have. I mean, he had a historic year last year too,
Right.
so I had a feeling it definitely wasn't going to be that, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad either.
Mm-mm.
So to say all that, and bring it all in is, I think it's just there's a lot of things, and there's something internal that I can't put my finger on either.
That's what it feels like. Like there's a lot of
Hmm.
leaks in the boat.
Yeah, a
Like
lot
the
of league.
boat
Yes.
feels like it's
Hmm.
sinking
Yes.
and it's getting to the point where like you're almost going to capsize. And I don't even and it's kind of like how did it happen? Because
Yeah.
it felt very gradual with you guys.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
you know, now having for the first time ever in my like what feels like my life as a Bears fan, the fact that we have a line and the fact that
Yeah.
Caleb has like more than a moment to like
Hmm.
gather himself back there and see his options and either run or pass or do whatever he wants to do. You guys not having that, I feel like that's always been what set the Eagles apart from everyone else. And so the
Absolutely.
fact that those kind of chips aren't as sturdy and strong as they are, like you really don't realize how much that affects everything afterwards.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
really don't realize it. Like,
Hmm.
especially like looking back as a Bears fan now, like I think I said this to you last time on the show, but I'm like, man, I feel like I owe Jay Cutler an apology for like I was so mean to him, but like the man never had a line the entire time he was in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Hmm.
Like it's incredible he was able to do anything he did.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you guys are still winning where it's like the boat's capsizing, but no one wants to admit it. But like
Yep.
who's leading the ship? Sirianni. How did we get here? Fix the problem? Like you can't keep patching holes right now. And that's what it feels.
Yeah.
It just feels like a lot of patching holes. And it's like, you guys, we gotta figure it out together, or it's gonna be again, I just go back to like, I don't know what this like shift in the tide is in the whole league, but there just feels like there's a lot of new teams and players stepping up, and the people that have been at the forefront are kind of
Falling
withering.
down. Yeah, falling
Yeah.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And I mean, great point, because AJ Brown said the same thing. I didn't like how he said it in the media, but
Yeah.
it's just because there is something internal. But he said the same thing you just said. He was saying, there are leaks. There are, you can't keep putting a band-aid on the problems because it's
Yep.
going to come out. And that's what and then now, but then, it's now flipped around, because he said even after the loss to Dallas collapse, he said that, I'm not too worried about this team. I'm thinking, yeah, because you got the ball now. I understand that you're getting the football, and you wanted targets, you wanted to help, you wanted to contribute. You're one of the best receivers in football, so you want to contribute to the team. And I got that. I understood that, his frustration with that. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, it's just the way he came about it. That's the only problem I had with it. He, calling
Yeah.
it out in the media. And then sometimes, you might have to do that. We've seen it in sports,
Well,
but
mhm.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say, I almost wonder if it's because I feel like the Eagles for the longest time have been so clean. Like
Yeah.
in the terms of
Mhm.
like Taylor Swift's lyric is like, I keep my side of the street clean. Like the Eagles
Yeah.
have always kept their side of the street very clean. And it's
Mhm.
always been this like crazy Philly yet wholesome environment that we've seen for the last few years with you guys. And so to see what feels like pure disarray, and again, to like your point, part of me is like, is it a strategy move to be like, I'm not gonna fully blow shit up, but
Mhm.
I wonder if it would help if I'm like, yeah, maybe you should drop me if I'm on your fantasy league, because like I don't know if I'm internal, and if I hear that, I'm like, excuse me?
Like,
Like,
what?
is it like him trying to like, you know, kind of light the fire underneath someone right now?
Maybe.
Like, I don't know
Maybe.
what it is, but also you think about like a guy like him, a guy like Jalen, like even Saquon, like you guys have a lot of veteran presence. So like that's
Yeah.
very uncharacteristic of veterans too. So then it's like,
Yeah.
is it strategic, or is there just that level of pure anger and frustration that you're like, I just need to get this out because like I can't do it. And I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
really don't know,
No.
but
No.
it's just an interesting thing to witness right now. And I can't, like, again, I can imagine the frustration for you guys, but I don't know how it gets resolved without, to me, like Sirianni, like step up and figure it out. Like you got to
Yeah.
figure it out.
You got to figure it out. You're right. And they don't have much time now, because you got 6 weeks. Yes, the schedule gets a little bit easier on our end, after the Bears. I think we have the Chargers,
Okay.
and then we have Washington, who, dealing with so many injuries. That
Yeah.
was probably the reason why they put that on the back end, because they figured, the Commanders will be a really good team. But, you lose your quarterback a couple times out of the year, to
Hmm.
gruesome injuries. It's, but you got the Commanders. They do have the Bills coming out. I think I said after
But the
Christmas.
Bills
So
don't look good either.
they don't look good
The
either. Again,
Bills
we
don't
just
look
talked
good
about another
either.
team. Yeah, another
Like
favorite. Yeah.
I I watched that game on Thursday and was like,
What is this team? Who
What
is this?
what
Yeah.
the hell am I watching right now? Like,
Yes.
what is
Yes.
happening in Buffalo? And again, it's just like, hopefully with them, too, like sometimes a bye week is a really good thing, and their bye week seems to
Yes.
be coming at a really great time for them.
Mm.
But it is so interesting right now to see all of these like it
Yep.
is really a turning of the tides. And that's I know I keep like kind of reiterating myself, but so much is changing in the league. And
Yeah.
I feel like, the NFL script writers right now don't really even know where to write the storylines because there's so
Yes.
many, there's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many to write. It's great.
Yeah. The shift. It's shifting, and I
Mhm.
would not be surprised if the Patriots or the Broncos represent the
I
AFC
know.
or the Colts. I would not be surprised at all. But then
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs go on a run, and you
That's
know,
how I feel
yeah,
too. I'm like,
yeah,
the Chiefs are gonna figure it out. They always
we'll
do.
figure it
Like,
out.
oh,
Yep.
this is their time. They're like,
Yeah, this
oh,
is their
we should
time.
wake up. They'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Like, they'll
Yeah.
be the
They'll
wild
figure it out.
card team. They'll make it in. They'll somehow
Yep.
get to the championship. Like, because
Yep.
the Chiefs.
Absolutely. They cheat the Chiefs. Yeah, they do that. They
Mhm.
they do what they do. So yeah. So let me ask you about your Bears. Like, what's the most
Yes.
exciting thing? That you said you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but now you said seeing all the winning now,
Yeah.
and you're not you're very you said okay. I'm enjoying it, but I'm still kind of keeping my one eye open just to say,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. But what's the most exciting thing about this Bear season so far for you?
I mean, I will just say purely, I think from the fan standpoint, as selfish as that sounds, like to see strangers be like to see this, it has reinvigorated the city. It
Yeah.
really has. And I don't know if you've seen this at all, but at the end of each game since they've won, Ben Johnson does this like chant in the locker room. And people have been repeating it back, and it's kind of, at
Yeah.
first it was like, wait, what is he saying? We need to learn what he's saying. And it's become what feels like this anthem to the city in a really great way.
Mm,
And it feels very Chicago. Like, you don't even need to be a
okay.
Bears fan to just feel like this anthem is a Chicago anthem.
Right.
And I think because of that, people like, my family, we had a outing on Sunday at the bar. And as crazy as this is, like when the Bears do good, business is better. Like, people want to
Yeah.
come out and celebrate them. People want to come out and watch the games. Um, there's all of these little things. And I think just from the standpoint of like it has made the city so exciting, and
Mm,
people want to talk about it, and people are excited to talk about it.
yeah.
The things that make me nervous, there's a lot.
Yeah.
We have way too many penalties on us that like we just need to
Ugh.
clean up. And I think it's just to me, it's the like we are still like we have veteran presence in some sense, but we're also still very young. And I'm like, those are just things that like we just got to be better at, man.
Yeah.
Um, and I also think too, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little buzzed watching the last game, so my memory's a little foggy. I'm just being straight. But
Yeah.
during the Steelers, not Steelers game, the Minnesota game, and even with the Bengals game, like Caleb's timing, I don't know if his timing's off or if our receivers are off, but
Mm,
they're not quite there. And it reminds me of like when being a setter, the most important play to run, and if you can get this ball in system, no one stops you, is
yeah.
being able to put your middle in system. And the middle is so difficult to set because it's all about timing, very much like,
Right.
the ball to a receiver. And each receiver has different timing. They each have
Yep.
different strengths and different weaknesses. Same with middles. Like my two middles in college, the one was like Tigger. Like she was quick off of her feet, so you couldn't give her a lot of air. It had to be quick, quick, quick
Yeah.
ball. Whereas our other middle, she was super tall, really lanky. You just had to like throw it up and lob it and let her go after it. And
Mm,
so that timing, I feel like, is what he is still, it's not completely fine-tuned. Um, so that's the thing we need to that's been my thing. And obviously, we had a few guys go down last week, and we had people we've been having people step up. And I think what's great about seeing these guys step up is like when you see this team and like everyone's kind of bought in, like everyone's bought into this team. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to be the guy that gets the chance and then you let him down. So there's this, I think they just have this extra motivation of like, no, I'm going to be, I don't want to let this team down right now because like, look at what we're doing, you know? So again, I think we have come a long way. Like I still can't believe, like
Yeah.
I think about it. Actually, Courtney, you just said it. Like we were talking about Thanksgiving. Okay, a year ago, almost to the date, the Chicago Bears did something that they have never done in their history, which is fire a coach mid-season.
Mid-season.
They had never fired a coach mid-season. And then I jokingly made a video that was like, because the Bears had put their head coach on Indeed.com, and I said, I think I might apply. And it got 3.1 million views, which is insane.
Yeah.
But I think them, like that day of them firing, you know, Eberflus was the day that they were like, okay, we need to change it. Like I think you know, even like, yeah, they drafted Caleb's, they had to get him. Like, let's be real. But if they like, he needed to go. Like Nagy not Nagy. No, Eberflus. Sorry. Eberflus needed to go. Sorry.
Yeah.
We've had so many coaches.
You're right. Over the last few years.
We've had so many coaches over the past few years. But like,
Yeah.
he needed to go. And even the like hiring of Ben Johnson and letting him have all the money that he wanted. Like, I did, like, you want to believe it, right? As a Bears fan, like, you want to believe that it's different. But we've just been so burned before that I think I was super cautious and like, just, I wasn't optimistic. And now that we're seeing people buy in, and even the standard that Ben Johnson sets for this team, you can just tell is different. Like, he's so wildly unimpressed in the games. It makes me so happy. Like, you know, like sometimes like some coaches are like, they get excited. He's not. He's excited when it's the last second and then we have the ball and we've won the game.
Getting the time
that's
on the clock.
That's when he's excited. Yeah.
But
for the longest, we never had that. We had a lot of like rah-rah guys, you know, like, and so yeah, there's been a lot of really great things happening in Chicago. And again, I just didn't see that. I really didn't see it coming. Really, I didn't.
Hey, like I said, enjoy the ride, because when you get a team like that buys in, and even if you said this is an improvement in itself from the last couple of years.
And to be honest, that's what it feels like to me. I'm like, there is a structure in place. We have a foundation. We haven't had a foundation since Lovey.
Probably.
Like legit, we probably haven't had a foundation since Lovey Smith, which is it. Like, the man looks like Santa Claus now. The man could be Santa Claus. Like, it shouldn't be that long, but there's that was all I really cared about more than anything, because you can't have all of the other things if your foundation is weak. And right now it feels like the guys are continuing to build upon that foundation. And while there is this level of excitement and we're cheering and we're celebrating in the wins, every time it comes game time, it goes back to that, like, is the foundation solid? And I think that's the part that just gets me, that makes me excited, because that's how you win. Like, the flair is fun, but if the foundation is shit, you know,
then it's it. Yeah, you gotta have a good you gotta have a great foundation. And that's, you know, with coaching, it starts with up top first, and then the coaching, and then down to the players. And I'm glad that the Bears did not give up on Caleb Williams, because they know we talked about this, and it was all about, well, Caleb hasn't. I'm like, well, you know, it's only second year. Like, just give him some time.
Let him breathe. Let him breathe
a little bit. Yes, that was a very bad year last year. It was just, as you said, fired coach mid-season, and it just went there. It just was it was a bad season, a real terrible season, and they couldn't protect. And we talked about the offensive line, how important it is, very, very important. And like I said, had the luxury of having a great offensive line over the years, and now the Eagles, that leak. We talked about that leak in the offensive line. It's not opening up. The running game is crap. They're not protecting the quarterback as consistent as they can and should. It's a shuffled offensive line sometimes. yeah, you need it from the trenches. You need the trenches in football, and that's so
Yeah.
important. And now you said you guys have that, and they're all protecting Caleb as best as they can, as getting a
Yeah.
good line, and the running game is solid as
Hmm.
well. So the Bears have all they have that, and you said you just got to get the timing right. So one more before we get into some Thanksgiving, I wanted to ask, what do you think the Bears have to do to beat this Philadelphia Eagles team? What are a couple of things that you're looking for them to get a win here at the Link in Philly on Friday?
I will say, because your offensive line and your just offensive game right now seems in turmoil, I think if we
Mhm.
can jump on that and like really take advantage of that weakness from the jump, I think that's going to help us a lot. So I think if our defense can like, and again, this has happened sometimes where like I think our defense is like we just don't attack it right away. Like I'd like
Yeah.
them to go and attack it a little bit quicker, and I think that would be really helpful. Um, from an offensive standpoint, to me it goes back to that timing. Like I think we just need to continue to work on that timing. Um, and I think Caleb's been doing a great job of like spreading the ball out. Like we've had a lot of guys like doing really well. We have multiple weapons, which like again, I can't believe I'm saying that, Courtney, because it's never been a thing.
Yeah, got the
Um,
weapons now.
it's
Yes.
never been a thing.
Yeah.
So I to me, I think if our defense can really step up and like respectfully shut you guys down because your line is just not doing good and like really put pressure on Jalen from the jump, I think that's going to give us a huge, huge advantage. Um,
Yes.
and then I would just say like continuing the momentum that we're at with running the ball and, getting it to our tight ends and to our wide receivers. And again, I think Caleb has done a really great job of like stepping up. Like he's become like the fourth quarter man, more like the
Yes.
60 seconds in the fourth quarter man, which like I would like it to be a little bit sooner. Um,
Yep.
but again, a win's a win. So I am totally okay with that. So those I
Yeah.
think those would be my biggest things right now for us for
I
sure.
like that. I like that. I agree. I think for the Bears to win is, as you said, jump on the Eagles if you can
Mhm.
quickly, because we don't know. I don't know what Eagles team we're going to get. We haven't put
Yeah.
we haven't put a whole game together on both sides, defense and offensive, and the
Mhm.
defense has been holding it down for us.
Well,
They,
and that's
they
and
mhm.
that's part of my thing is like your
Mhm.
defense is still playing good, which is why you've been able to be in
Yeah,
these games. But in my head, I'm like, I'm just I think we're gonna be a good match for your defense this week. I'll say
I
that.
do too. Yes, I do too. With the weapons you guys
Yeah.
have and everything, I really do believe that the Bears offensively, we have to, like I said, got to contain the run game for sure. Got to pressure Caleb. Got to pressure him to make
Mhm.
mistakes. Maybe get back to okay. We got to pressure Caleb and get him to make mistakes. I mean, he does still have that he still has that part of his game where maybe he's gonna have to force, but the Eagles know how to put pressure and try to get in and stop the run game for sure. I think those are two keys that the Eagles have to do on the defense. On the offensive side, we got to put it together for 4 quarters. Can't be
Mhm.
looking like really good in the first half or second half, and then
Yeah.
can't score, can't gain yards and everything. It's just been a
Yeah.
helter skelter type of offense. Then we were just talking about that. It's yeah, it's not good to see at all as a
No.
fan. But
No.
again, like I was saying this to someone. I said, there was another Eagles fan. We were talking at work, and we were just talking, and she said, "I don't know what to think of the Eagles." I said, we're still first in our division. Hasn't looked
Mhm.
pretty, but we're 8-3. I'm not saying we're the best 8-3. It's not the best 8-3, but still first
Mhm.
place, and we just got to right the ship. We're still a veteran team that
Yeah.
can put it together, but they have to put it together for sure. They got to, like I said, maybe this will put a light in, light fire in them and see what happens. So we'll see what happens. But
Amen.
I am ready for this game, and I'm sure we'll chat afterwards
Yeah.
and everything too, maybe during the game and see what happens. But it's on Black Friday on Amazon Prime. So
Yep.
Eagles, Bears, big game. Both teams 8-3, sitting second and third in the conference. So it's a huge game to say the
Big
least.
game.
So yeah, big game. So all right, but now we got Thanksgiving coming up. The day before, a lot of football on Thanksgiving as well. Some really good games. Especially for you, you're definitely looking at that Packers and Detroit game, the Lions.
Oh yeah, that's
yes.
going to be an interesting game. I'm trying to think. It's that game. There's the
Cowboys,
Bengals
Chiefs.
and Cowboy. Oh yeah,
Cowboys, Chiefs, and then Bengals and Ravens. Yep,
Bengals and Ravens. Yeah, actually, it's a pretty good Thanksgiving lineup this year, even
right?
with like the Black Friday game. Like it's gonna be really exciting. I obviously like the North Division has been so close right now that like everyone's like the Bears are in first, and in my head I'm like I don't know who it is. It is a coin toss.
Yes,
it's just so much can happen. Thanksgiving's going to be a good day this year.
It is. For football, it's definitely going to be a good day. And as you said, Packers, Lions, great game. And then, your Dallas, Kansas City, which could shatter the record. I think I was just reading, I think it was Dallas Giants had the record for viewership wise, 43 million. So that Chiefs Cowboys game could really, they're talking maybe 50 million. I
think it could break the record for sure.
And if T Swift is there, Taylor Swift is there on Thanksgiving.
My question is that Courtney, she's there.
I know that she's in Dallas too. So and the Chiefs are 6-5. So two teams that are not doing as well, but Dallas coming off that epic win, comeback win, and the Chiefs actually coming back up with the win too. So yeah, it's gonna be a huge game. And then the Ravens and now Joe Burrow's back for the Bengals. Yeah, that's gonna be so good big headlines, big storylines with that as well. But let's talk about Thanksgiving. And what's your for one, are you how are you celebrating Thanksgiving with who, and what's a tradition that you have in the Duddleston household?
Yes. So I pretty much have been doing the same Thanksgiving my entire life with the exception of like 3 years of college, I would say. But we go to my aunt's house. It's my mom's sister. My aunt is my godmother. She is like a second mom to me. And it's the house that my mom and her 9 siblings grew up in.
Okay.
So, fun story with that. So, I was probably 11, I would say. We don't know the exact origin of the story, but I think it's around 11. My brother and I were in the kitchen in my mom's house, and she looked at us and she was frustrated because, I think there's a lot of stress around the holidays, like trying to get things prepped and you're cooking and you're behind and all that stuff. Right. And so my mom looked at me and my brother and she said, "You're going over by your aunt's house and you're helping her cook." And we were like, "What?" Like, my mom's not a cook. Like, I love Mom. If you're watching this, I love you. My mom is very good at many things. Okay. Kathy's the cooking gene is not Kathy. She's good at little things. Okay? But like full spread it. That was always Aunt Joanne. So we go over to my Aunt Joanne's. I don't know how to hold a knife. I don't know how to peel a potato. Like, she has to teach me like the proper way to hold a peeler because you could easily cut your finger on the peeler if you don't.
Oh yeah.
Correct. So it kind of became this like accidental tradition where me, my brother, and my aunt would cook every year. And so I'm 32. My brother's 27. And we have become a nonverbal kitchen. So we have been cooking pretty much every year since then. I have been cooking Thanksgiving since I was about 11, which is crazy to think about. Obviously my aunt does all of the she does the buying and a lot of the prep work, especially with the bird, because it does take like 2 days, I'd say, to really make sure it's prepped and thawed and all that stuff.
Thawed up.
But yeah, so it's actually funny because Thanksgiving in like my family tends to be a little quieter because everyone goes to their other side, and then Christmas is really big by us. But for the first time 2 years ago, my aunt Nadine, who's my mom's oldest sister, she's like one of the cooks in the family. Like, she always cooks supper, does a great spread. She came to the house And so she's so used to being like, put me to work. So she comes in the house and she's like, okay, what do you guys need me to do? And I said, appetizer and a glass of wine. And she said,
Yes.
she looked at me, she said, what do you mean? I said, we got it. Just have an appetizer and a glass of wine. We're almost done.
Yeah.
And because she's never seen us do that, she looks at me and my brother and was like, I didn't know you guys knew how to do this. And I said, well, you've never had to see us do it,
Yeah, you had
like
to do it right.
we
Right.
always do it, And so she was really impressed. And then my mom's oldest brother, my Uncle Tom, was really impressed too, because he's like, what do you mean you guys cook? It's like, again, it happened completely on accident. Like, this was a very accidental thing of learning.
Right.
But so I have a really like a soft spot in my heart for Thanksgiving, because it has taught me, and it's kind of where my love of cooking grew from. So we'll do the whole thing. We'll have the potatoes, we'll have the stuffing, we'll have sweet potatoes. My aunt makes a really great cheddar broccoli casserole, which I love. My mom does cheesy potatoes. We'll do the bird. I don't know if we're gonna do ham this year, but I am making mac and cheese. So I'm doing like my own homemade mac and cheese. So
Okay.
I'll come back with reports on that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a big thing, like that's a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta make the roux. Mac and cheese is a lot, but
Yes.
there's
A lot of work.
a creator I follow and I love. Her name's Teeny, and she went viral for her mac and cheese, and everyone loved it. Like, the internet lost their damn mind over Teeny's mac and cheese. So I'm following Teeny's recipe.
Okay.
And I can't wait. I'm really excited. Like, Thanksgiving is just a fun, relaxing day. We get to cook. We have football on all day. Like, my aunt watches her Hallmark movies in the beginning, and then when we come over, we're like, hey, there's a football game on.
There's a football game at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Joanne, I don't mean to bother you, but there's a football game on that I
Yes,
really need
yes,
to talk about right now. So we'll do
Yes.
that, and it's a great day. Like, I really love it. Take my annual Thanksgiving nap, because I always get tired. I need a nap, but I can't really nap anymore. No, I hit a weird age. I can't nap anymore. It's sad, Courtney. It's really sad.
You said you're 30s. When you reach your 40s, you'll be like me. You'll be like, napping is what's needed. So
okay. So
yes,
I was like, give it some time, and then we'll have that.
You'll get it back. You'll get it back again for sure. No, that's I love that. I love the family aspect of that, and I always like to hear different traditions and just in general. But I'm with you with Thanksgiving. It's always been a big part of my family and my wife's family for sure now. And my mom and her mother, they cook. They do a lot of cooking now. My wife, she cooks too. She cooks and everything too. So we got the bird as well, and we do. And I do cooking as well. So we just gonna tag team it. We did it last year. We're gonna do it this year. We got a friend coming over this time. Last year it was just me and my wife. We said, you know what? It's gonna be just us two and have something. So we cooked so much food. We had so much food. I was like, why are we cooking for 2 people like this? Why? But you can't. It's as a cook, you can't just cook.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. You get a bird.
I do have a rule for anyone who's listening, okay? Because I very gracefully implemented this into my family the one year. And I think it should be a no-brainer, but I don't think it always is. Whoever cooks does not do the dishes. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Whoever cooks does not do the dishes.
Yes. That's exactly.
If you're not cooking, step up and do the damn dishes. Bring your own gloves if you don't want to ruin your manicure. But like, that was my one rule I said to my family, because I think for the cook, sometimes they can feel a little underappreciated because it's so much work. And then they're like, okay, now you're going to do the dishes. And it's like, one, no one wants to do the dishes. But like, if I'm cooking, you're doing the dishes.
You're doing the dishes. I agree 100%. I think my mother-in-law says that same thing. She's like, I'm cooking.
She's a smart lady.
You guys got to do the dishes. I don't mind doing the prep, doing the cook and everything too. Got to do the dishes. So she's they have the family, since we're here, they're in upstate New York. We always go home for Christmas usually. So so they'll have their thing, and then my mom and my brother, they're doing cooking and everything, and then my cousins, they're doing their cooking. So everybody's doing their own thing for the past couple of years. So But yeah, Thanksgiving, we call it dressing. It's stuffing dressing. We call it dressing with gravy and turkey. That's my favorite part of Thanksgiving. And
Mhm.
we have green beans,
Love
mashed
green beans.
potatoes, gravy again, because I'm a gravy.
Mhm.
Oh, I just love gravy all over
Gravy.
everything. Yes,
Same.
yes,
So
yes. Gravy
good.
all over everything. Mix it with everything. Um,
Mhm.
and our friend, she's bringing a chicken actually this year. Yeah, bringing a chicken, a whole chicken. So we're gonna have a turkey and a chicken. So yes,
Okay. Is
yeah,
it gonna be
yeah.
fried or is it going to be grilled or like is
Yeah,
she like
you know,
actually like rotisserie style?
I
Like
think it's
there's
gonna be
so many
rotisserie
ways.
style. I think it's gonna be
I love a
rotisserie
rotisserie
style.
chicken. I love a
Yes,
rotisserie chicken so
yes. So
much.
she said, because her family used to do chicken. I'm like, why not? The more the better. So
Why not? Yeah.
they have leftovers. And it's all she's doing mac and cheese this year. And yeah, so that's gonna have sweet potato pie, ice cream. I think that's our menu.
Nice.
So yes, yeah, so it's gonna be a really good time this year. And again, of course, you said football in the background for
Always.
sure. Then we got Black Friday with the Eagles playing on Black Friday, so that's a must. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so yeah. So and I feel like I'm asking this question. You love cooking of Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, one of the most underrated holidays ever, right?
I would agree. Yeah.
Yes.
We were actually
Yes.
talking about this. My mom and I were talking about it today
Mhm.
because I was saying like I get the whole like I mean, we live in such a capitalistic society where everyone's like,
Yeah.
Christmas, presents, buy, 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 buy.
Yep.
That there is something I think really nice about the like take a step back, like what are you actually grateful for? What actually matters to you in your life? And,
Good. Yep.
sitting
Absolutely.
around the table talking about like gratitude obviously is a really great thing. And I love it. Like I
Yeah.
think it's anytime I get to be with my family always makes me
Yeah,
happy. So
absolutely. I 100% agree. I was just talking to my wife about this. I was like, I'm tired of Thanksgiving getting slighted. I mean, because it's one of my favorite holidays. I
yeah.
love Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is still one of my, if not my favorite, but Thanksgiving
Mhm.
is right there with it. The family said food, being grateful for your family and just kind of reflect, as you said, step back and just reflect on all things. And I just say, Thanksgiving is so underrated because it's Halloween and Christmas. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is right there. As soon as Halloween's
Right there.
done, we're talking about Christmas. I'm like, wait,
I
Thanksgiving's
know.
there. Like, what's going on? Don't slight Thanksgiving. Don't just push Thanksgiving to the side. No, Thanksgiving,
No.
let it get its due. Let it get its just due. So that's my
Give it
rant
the
about
respect.
Thanksgiving.
Give it the
Yeah,
respect that it
yes,
deserves.
it deserves much more respect than it gets. So, because it brings families together, and
Mhm.
Wizard of Oz is always on, and
Oh, yeah.
so the original Wizard of Oz. So it's like, yeah, give it the respect it deserves. Like, yes, for
Mhm.
sure. But what's your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving?
Um, uh,
Favorite, it could be the turkey or anything. What's your favorite food for
honestly,
Thanksgiving?
my aunt's cheddar broccoli casserole is the greatest thing of all
Okay.
time. It's the
Okay.
greatest thing of all like, I literally will
Mhm.
take a bite, I'll take a scoop out
Mm,
of it, and I said, "Okay, here's everyone's scoops, the rest is mine."
yes.
Because I love it that much, but
Yep, yep.
I love mashed potatoes. We do them really good. The
Yes.
secret, guys, is adding a thing of Boursin cream cheese.
Mm,
Add
okay.
Boursin cream cheese and butter,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you will
All
thank
right.
me when you're done. It is
All
it
right.
it is perfection. Um, but I'm a big veggie person, like, I love vegetables, like, I really do. So, like, I make a Brussels sprout, dish that's really good. So I love Brussels sprouts. I love carrots. I know it's,
Oh
like,
yeah,
not
we
the
had
sexy
carrots.
stuff,
No, we had carrots
but I love
last year.
stuffing,
Yep.
here's the thing is I like it all, Courtney, like, genuinely,
Yeah,
I
me too.
really like the whole
Hmm.
Thanksgiving spread, like, I can't pick one, but again, the superior thing in Thanksgiving is the gravy. It's the
It's the
gravy.
gravy. That's the
It's the
gravy.
gravy.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, I told her, I said, I'll just drink it if I. It's just I love gravy so much. Like
Much.
my mom's my grandma used to make a really good stuffing dressing, with
Mm,
with the turkey and the gravy and everything. But that's my favorite. The dressing, gravy, mashed potatoes, gravy. Just mix it
mhm.
in, and that's my favorite side dish. But I like I said, I love green beans. Really enjoy that. We had glazed carrots last year. I made that. I'm on my wife, she's doing the turkey and the dressing. She's doing that and gravy. I'm on mashed potatoes and green beans this year. So we're just kind of just mix it and matching it, and I help her with the turkey, season it, all those things.
Mhm.
But I love it all too. I love all the whole spread, and yeah, it's my mother in law's dressing is great. My wife's dressing is great. My mom's dressing is great. Everybody, just anything with gravy is my favorite. So for sure. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'm glad we got to chance to. And we got to talk before I let you go. You got to talk about the drink. You always make a drink when it comes
Okay,
to the
I'm
game.
happy you brought this
Yes,
up. I need your
yes.
help
Okay.
because I am actually struggling to find a Philadelphia drink right now. I've
Okay.
tried to I've basically been trying to do this where I've been trying to find inspiration from
Mm,
either like the origins of an original cocktail in the area or that's really popular there or that's from there. And the only thing I can find right now online is everything is basically a Philly special, which is a beer and a shot, which I'm like,
yes. Mm.
so I guess my question to you would be, is there a specific beer that is very Philadelphia or a specific liquor?
Mm. Well, there's a couple of liquors I could tell you. Raspberry vodka is
Okay.
is a there's one called the Philadelphia Eagles cocktail. You can probably make it how you want, but it's a very simple is UV blue raspberry vodka, pineapple juice, lime juice.
Blue curacao.
Who cares? Yes, yep,
Yes.
yep,
Okay,
yes, yes.
I've seen that one,
Okay,
and because
that's a
'cause I'm
big
like, it
one.
actually the color is really pretty, and it almost looks like a
Mhm.
fishbowl.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like
That's
a
that's
fishbowl.
one of them. That's one of them.
Okay.
Yep, that's a good one. Beer wise, I mean, it could go. There's a lot of themed beer that they love. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to think because I haven't drank beer in a long time. So
Because my
that's
my thought was originally I heard about that drink, the Philadelphia Eagles
hmm
cocktail, and I was like, okay, that's an option. And I only need to go get the pineapple juice because I have all the other ingredients. But my
right.
other thought was like so I work at a Japanese restaurant, and
Mm.
they'll do like sake bombs, where you like
Yes.
put
Yep.
so I was like, I wonder if there's a way we do that with a Philly special.
Yeah. I think it's a good
Like,
idea.
if we
Great
combine,
idea.
like, a flavored raspberry like, if it's a
Yep.
raspberry vodka and then whatever that, like, beer of Ellie's choice is.
I like that. That's a great idea. Bud Light's always like that's like the Philly beer.
Okay.
Usually just as you said, that's usually and then plus that's I think that's they just it's interesting. I think they just released a new edition, limited edition of the Philly Eagles beer can. So I guess that would
Mm.
be one of their so yeah, so those I think they definitely said vodka and the Bud Light is usually
So
kind
we
of
got so we got
the
2 options right now
yeah, you got some
is what it's
options. You got those 2
feeling.
options.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna sleep on it tonight and
Okay.
figure out, and then I'll definitely let you know what I end up doing.
Okay, yeah, because I know we were talking before, you said, I always think of a theme with your
Mhm.
with your drinks and everything too, but yeah, the Philly special, and you said with vodka is a big thing in here in Philly, so for sure
Okay. Alright,
for the theme.
I think that might be the vibe then this week.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. Definitely let me
Yeah,
know what you go with. And if you need any
I
other
will.
ideas, I can definitely send a couple more different ideas. Like I said, I haven't drank beer in years, so I don't drink
Well,
much
and
beer
that's
anymore.
most probably, but, like, I can't drink beer. Like,
Mhm.
I have, like, it sucks. I have, like, a gluten intolerance.
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
I can
Yeah.
drink it, but my hands, feet, and joints, like, swell. So I
Mm,
try not to.
not to do it.
I'll
Yeah.
obvious I'll do, like, tastings, like, when I do stuff like this, but I'm not chugging a whole thing of beer because it's just, like,
Right.
my system can't do it. Um But so that's why I've been making a lot more cocktails because I'm like, this is something that I can do, and it's not too much. But there's something about beer and football and tailgates. It just goes together. So
It
that's
goes
my other
together. It does.
I'm trying to find that like middle ground. And
Yeah.
I am a big believer in making drinks that like less is more. And if you can make it super simple for people and something
Yep.
that's really approachable, they're gonna want to keep coming back for more. Because if it's too complicated, if it's too over the top, it
Hmm.
feels very overwhelming to the drinker to the consumer, and they're like, I'm okay.
I
Thanks.
need the,
No.
yep, absolutely. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that. And also gin is a very popular drink here too. Just I think it was called a Blue Coat Gin, I believe it was called. Don't quote me on that,
Blue
but I think
coat
that's,
gin?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me
Okay.
Blue Coat Gin. Yes, it's a very yeah. So you can mix that with whatever you want, but yeah. So gin is popular here
Okay.
in Philly too. So gin or vodka, either one.
Interesting. Gin or
Yeah.
vodka? Okay. I don't know if I took Philly as a gin town, but like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, like let's
there's
ride,
some
you know?
yeah, yeah. Let's do some Russell Wilson. Let's ride. Ah. Oh man, the Russell Wilson, boy, where that
What a
career has
time.
gone. Yes, what a time, what a time. So, but Jenna, it is always a pleasure. This has been so much fun with
So much
this.
fun. Thank you.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you again for doing this. We went an hour. I think we went an hour last time too. I believe we was just
Mhm.
chatting it up, and I figured
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving, Bears, Eagles. Got to get you back on right before the game and ready for Thanksgiving.
It's
So
perfect. It's a perfect chef's kiss.
yes, it is for sure. I really appreciate your time. Appreciate the friendship. Have a happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday. Enjoy the game as well with your family and everything. I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful for
Oh,
just knowing you for the last. I think we've known each other now for 3, 4, maybe couple, at least three,
yeah.
4 years now.
At
We've
least
done
3. I was gonna say, I
at
think
least three.
it's probably 4. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, and we've done about 4 or 5 shows, as
Yes.
well, so, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm grateful for that, and, thank you, best of luck with everything, many blessings with everything you got going up, are you getting ready to drop the podcast soon too, or I know we talked about a little bit of it
Yeah.
before.
We we were originally going to start end of October, and then I had some unexpected we had to like
Mm,
unexpectedly put my dog down, and that was a
sorry
really
about
really
that.
really sad thing.
Yeah.
So after I was like, you know what, we're just gonna wait for the new year. Like there's no need
Yes,
to rush it
don't need to
with the
rush it, yep,
holidays and things
yep.
happening. And so um yeah, I'm really excited to get back into that and to kind of just do it a little different, we'll say.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I love your takes and I know you're still hosting and doing a lot of different things, but let everyone know they can follow you on all the socials and then everything if they want to reach out to you as well.
Yes. Best way to find me is TikTok or Instagram, and it's going to be Jenna C. Duddleston. My name is a mouthful. That is what it is. But those are the 2 platforms that I am the most active on and the most engaging with. We'll say the other. I Twitter just fell apart. It was the saddest thing.
Oh, I know.
Twitter used to be like the place,
It
and
used to
then
be
it just
the place.
I've given up on it. I've given up. Um, but
It
yeah.
used to be
So
the place. You're right. It used to be the place because it was, it was, I still post on it. I don't get as much,
well,
because
you don't
there's no
see
everybody.
anyone. You
I
don't
don't see
even see the
anyone no
people
more.
that you
Right.
follow anymore. So I'm like,
No,
what the hell's the point? Like I go in there
no.
to just check updates of like
Yeah,
literally on Sunday. That's it. That's all I
that's it.
use it for.
Yep, that's it. So, yeah, yeah, Twitter's a cesspool now. So, for the most part, it is a big cesspool. It is. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I post on there and I do it. It's a big cesspool.
No, it is.
It
It
is.
is. You know
I'm
what's
trying
the
to get
next
into.
weirdest cesspool? No, this one's the worst one, hands down,
Mm,
is Facebook.
ugh,
So because of the new meta update with Instagram and
yeah.
Facebook, all of my reels get uploaded to my Facebook, which I didn't
Mm,
even realize that was happening. So
yeah.
my I'm getting comments like Facebook comments are the people who never went to therapy and are taking it out on any person who's putting themselves out there.
Right,
And the
right.
best was really quick, I'll say this and then I do gotta go. My
Okay, yes.
friend, because I so in my like one group chat, I said to my friends, like, my 2 friends, they like go at people who are like say mean things to me in the comment section. I'm like, you guys are insane, but thank you. And I didn't know this. So I had sent them a screenshot and was like, this week, this is what, this is the mean thing that someone said on Facebook to me, blah, 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 blah.
Mm.
And my cousin says, it always tickles me that when Facebook initially started, you had to be associated with a college in order to be a part of a network. And now everyone that's on there reminds me of how poor the education system is in the United States.
Jeez. Wow. And that was a comment? Wow.
No, that's what my cousin said to me.
This was because okay.
Someone said to me, like, name the last 4 Bears players without, or the last, like some like stupid thing like that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
one
yeah.
guy's like, I don't know, you're like a 6, even though like you're I'll give you an 8 because you're a Bears fan, and like stupid out of pocket shit.
Their
Where,
comments,
like,
yeah.
yeah. But I will say, like, I do appreciate the men who do step up in the comments that are like, you think she cares about what you look like, my man? Like, and I'm like,
yeah, right, exactly.
Look at the men stepping up. I like this. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. I defend. Yes, you defend you and all that. Yeah, that's crazy. That is
Terrible.
unbelievable. But yes, and can't forget, got to plug your TMZ as well. Appearances.
Yeah,
can't forget that. For sure.
We just did that last week.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
I gotta edit my like behind the scenes for that. So I'll probably post that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I just got home a little late from work, so I didn't get to. But yeah, we'll post that. It's a lot of fun learning, getting better every time we do it. So it's some great stuff.
All right. Well, I look forward to all the content, everything you got going on as well. So again, thanks you, Jenna. Really appreciate the time. Thank you for this hour. I've enjoyed it. This is always a pleasure, and I will have this edited probably tomorrow, probably. So it'll be on Instagram. It'll be on Instagram. It'll be on something that we actually use, Instagram, for sure. Shout out to Instagram. Yes. All right, Jen. Enjoy the holidays. A happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Really appreciate it, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.